Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and of course, Drew Nation. Let's get right into it, shall we? Don't tell narcissists about your business because they will spread it like wildfire. Woof. They may even sneak this you low key. Let's talk about it. We all go through things in life, and sometimes you meet people. All right, sometimes people appear to be a helping hand. Sometimes people appear to be someone that is there to help you. Sometimes people appear to be someone that is in your corner, or they may have your best interest at heart. But one thing they may possibly do is flip the script and switch on you. And when that happens, it's like you least expect it because it's like the stabbing in the back. Oh, the betrayal. And this person is appearing to be someone that is not capable of these kinds of things. So you may have found comfort in talking to this person. You may have thought this was someone that you could chop it up with, someone that you could, you know, explain your situation to because they seem like someone similar to yourself. But when it comes to telling people things that you're going through and talking to people about certain things, depending on what it is, no matter who it is, it's best to just keep it to yourself because you never know if somebody is narcissistic. And it's rough because sometimes you need to talk to people about things because it's life. You go through things. All right, things happen in life that you might need some answers on, or that you may be going through, and you just may want to talk to somebody about it. It's just you got to get some things off your chest. All right, it's definitely a human thing. All right, it's definitely a thing to where being alive and there are other people, and you want to be able to talk to certain people about certain things. But some people, it's best to just not say anything to because the type of personality that they possess. And you may come at someone, you may have an issue with your family, or you may have an issue with your girl or something if you're a dude, or you may be having an issue with your man if you're a woman, or you maybe having some job issues, or you may be wanting to talk to someone because they appear to be in a greater space than you. At least that's what it appears to be. And appearances are deceiving. So you have to be careful who you talk to. All right, somebody may be in a better space than you or a better place than you, and you may want to might want to get an opinion, or you may just have to talk. You may just want to. You may be going through something. All right, and you may just want to talk to somebody about something. Maybe you got some traumatic things going on, or maybe you just maybe you're going through some losses right now, or just experienced loss, and you just want to just talk about it to somebody. All right, but you have to be careful about who you share things with because there are people who will turn that into something that they could possibly use against you. And only narcissistic people do that. Nobody that is a real, genuine person is going to take something that you say and use it as a weapon and turn it around and just like use it as a bow and arrow or a fiery dart against you just because you told them. So you have to be careful of the things that you're explaining to people. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you just lost your girlfriend or your boyfriend or something like that. They'll turn it into something against you. Well, if you didn't have the type of lifestyle you had, maybe they wouldn't be talking to you, or maybe they wouldn't have left you. And it's like just something, they'll turn it into something that will sting, something that'll burn, something that'll hurt. And it's like bruh, really? And it's like, it's not necessarily that they hurt you, it's just that you're already experiencing hurt because of what you're going through. So it's like, yo, I'm already going through this. I'm already experiencing some pain here. And it's like you just want to stick the knife all the way in. It's like you already see a dagger in my chest. You're like, okay, wait a minute. There's a few more inches left. I'm gonna just there you go. You're stabbed all the way now. You're all right. And it's like hurt people. So it's like you can't just share things with people because that person might be hurt themselves. That person might be going through something themselves, and whatever they went through, whatever they experienced, they may not give a damn about you or what you're going through. Not everybody is like you. The reason why you go to people and try to talk to people about things is because most likely anybody could come to you and talk to you about something. All right, if not, you'll be straight up with them, be like, yo, right now is not the time. All right. And if people try to force things on you, that's the only time they have something to worry about when they're trying to talk to you. It's like, hey, I'm gonna try to talk to you anyway. Yo, bro, right now is not the time. I'm going through something. But hey, what I'm going through is this. That's sometimes when, that's when the dark side comes out. All right. So it's not even like that situation happened, because you could be like, okay, I respect it. Wouldn't even go that far with you, because the type of person you are, you'd be like, yo, you know what, cool, I could either find somebody else to talk to, I'll pray about it, I'll talk to my higher self about it, I'll talk to God about it, angels about it, ancestors about it, whatever I gotta do. All right, I'll go meditate about it. I'll get this figured out. I can't holler at you about it, cool. But for somebody to profess themselves and pretend to be somebody that is like there for those types of situations and they're really not, that's fake, and there's really like no love for that. There's really no, like, there's no patience for that. There's no positive energy for that. There's no respect for that. All right, ain't no respect for that. So people who do that to you don't respect you, period. All right, nobody is going to respect you and not nobody that doesn't respect you. I mean, somebody that respects you is not going to take what you say to them and use it against you. That's a narcissistic trait. And we all have our narcissistic traits about us, but we're not a full blown narcissist. All right. There are certain traits that everybody has because of the little bit of narcissism that they have. And then there's people who have like traits that just show you that they're a full blown narcissistic person. And it's like, people will take what you're going through and use your story against you to hurt you even more. But it's like, the reason why they're low key trying to hurt you in the first place is because they see you as a weak person, and they're a fake person. They're a narcissist. So only a narcissist is going to take what you say and try to use it against you like you're in the court of law. So you have to be careful. You can't just go telling people things. You may be going through something. You may be experiencing some type of hurt, some type of pain. All right, and it's laying on your brain, and you need to talk to somebody about it because you feel like you're going insane. You may want to meditate. You may want to deal with it yourself. You may want to affirm some things to yourself. You may want to positively deal with the situation as best you can. Go out into nature, talk to God about it, talk to spirit about it, because talking to other people about certain things, you kind of make yourself vulnerable to these types of situations. So it's really not your fault. But the fact that people will play like somebody that is there for those types of situations and then use that against you and stab you in the back, that's just not cool. And there are that's what you call snakes. All right, that's what you call snakes. That's what you call a wolf in sheep's clothing. And there are people who are professing to be something that they're not, unfortunately. And this isn't even taking a shot at them, because we could have kept it to ourselves, kept our mouth closed, and kept it pushing and just dealt with it. But in certain aspects of life, you have to live and learn. So if you have experienced this, it's okay to still talk to people about things. Don't be so closed off or paranoid, or don't just not trust anybody, but don't trust anybody when it comes to certain things that you're going through. All right, number one, people just don't care sometimes because a lot of times they're going through their own things. Not everybody is empathetic as you. Not everybody cares like you. Or if you're a caring person, I understand where you're coming from. You thought this person who appeared to be someone like that, you know, you thought that they were that type of person, but they ain't. They weren't. So it's nothing against them. Don't have any hatred towards them. It's only going to make you have resentment towards them, and it's only going to keep that negativity rotating in your mind. All right, like a broken record, and you don't want that because that's going to continue to make you angry. All right, so you're not going to want to identify yourself with that situation. You're not going to want to identify that type of behavior with that person. All right, you're going to want to separate them from the behavior. You're going to want to separate yourself from how you feel about it. All right, if it made you mad, just tell yourself, this is something that made me mad. This is something that made me feel upset. This person betrayed me and I don't like it. You like, and that will help you from being an emotional dumper, because you don't want to dump how you feel on other people. You don't want to end up like making that a story for you. All right, that's what we tend to do, like, oh, somebody did this to me. You don't want to make that a story. You don't want an emotional dump. You want to be able to regulate. Regulators, mount up. You want to be able to process things properly, because that is the best way to get over somebody that tried to inflict emotional damage on you, because they're a hurt individual themselves who may be dealing with some weak mindedness that they need to correct or fix about themselves. Because only somebody that has been totally utterly destroyed would try to hit you at your weakest moment or your weakest point. And it's just a lot of toxicity in certain communities. All right, certain people are just going through things, and you just really can't expect that type of love or that type of care or that type of mental health to be there, depending on the type of person that you are and the type of group that you belong to. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. All right, so certain groups of people, who aren't dealing with like generational trauma and generational curses as much and as prevalent and as serious, all right, as serious as other groups, maybe they can, chop it up with each other, talk to each other about certain things. But in certain groups, in certain communities, it's just not there. So you're really going to have to be careful, depending on the type of community that you're a part of, depending on the type of group you're connected to. You may have to just keep those things to yourself and deal with it, because it's so much toxicity, it's so much generational curses, it's so much evil, it's so much hate for one another in certain groups. If y'all can uh, see where I'm going with this, and not to say everybody else doesn't experience that, but in certain groups it's just there. And it's like it's ignored, it's made fun of, it's accepted, it's become the social norm. It's become common for just, oh, that's just the way you people are. Oh, okay. As I see that. I can see that. Okay. So it is what it is. All right. For certain groups. All right. Not everybody has to experience this, unfortunately, and that's a good thing, because we're not hating on any other groups, we're not hating on any other people, we're not hating on anybody. If there's if there's a lot more love in certain communities than it is in others, that's a great thing. All right, we could learn from that. We could take from that. We could heal ourselves from that. We could grow from that, because the positive energy is still there, even if you're not included. The positive energy is still there, even if it's not within your group. The positive energy is still there. So energy is not created nor destroyed. You could use certain groups and how they do things as an example for how you would want things done yourself. And maybe you could be the person that breaks these curses, even if these people aren't directly related to you. You're still in the same group. Maybe you could be the person that is not that type of person for other people to come to. And maybe that's who you are. If that's something that you recognize and something that you see, maybe that's someone that you could be. All right. So, because not everyone is that, not everyone is going to be that. All right. Even though they may profess to be that, which is kind of strange. All right. Not putting anybody down. All right. Everybody's going through things. People got certain traumas and certain things that they experience and are going through in life. So it's like, okay, I see you, player. All right. I shouldn't have came to you with that. But the fact that you would weaponize that against me it just, that threw me for a loop. So it's like, okay, I now see you as a different person. I don't see you as somebody that I would ever share anything with again. I don't hate you. It's no resentment, but it's like you have to be careful dealing with people like that because they don't, they are slithering. All right, that is a slithering style. All right, that style is snaky. All right, and snakes only shed their skin to become bigger snakes. So you got to watch out for fake people. And like when somebody that you thought was real, what is not, and that you find out that person's fake, it's like, dang, I didn't like, dang, I didn't even know. But it is what it is. It's no harm, no foul. You just have to be careful with the type of things that you tell people, share with people, because there are some people out there who are far worse, more hurt than you, and they will take what you tell them and they'll use it against you. They'll weaponize it against you, and they'll try to hurt you worse than they're hurt, because as the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. So their whole ploy or plot could have been to try to damage someone else worse than they're damaged. All right, you never know. Just because somebody appears strong and they appear, mentally healthy and like they're doing great and successful and like they're living their best life, you never know. This person could be somebody that is not that type of person at all, that does not have as much positive vibes towards people as you may have thought at once. So it's like you have to be careful and you have to beware of what you share. All right, if you're going through things, go out in the woods, meditate, keep it to yourself. Don't necessarily share it with someone just because you're going through something and that person's there, or that person is coming off to be someone that is there for those types of situations. All right. Um, just because it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, sometimes it might be something else. Okay, all right. Might be a wolf in sheep's clothing, and it might be a snake. So you just have to be careful because some people are fake and they got snake activity. All right, they got snake written all over them. You just might have been too blind to see it at the time. But yo, you have to thank people, and this is why you don't hate or resent them, because there's always something you could pick up and learn from people. So you don't hate nobody, you don't resent nobody. You just learn from them, learn from the situation, and whatever you learned, you now use that to allow you to grow and get you further in life. All right, you don't um, hate nobody. You don't get upset about it. It's nothing to be mad about. You don't wish this person any bad or anything. But what you do is you just learn from the situation. You let it go. Or you gotta let it go so you could get over it. You get over the situation. You tell yourself, I'm not going to allow this situation or this person to upset me, to make me mad. All right, because when you're already going through something and somebody sees that knife like 75% of the way in, and they're like, yo, I'm gonna push it the rest of the 25% of the way in so you could just be stabbed completely. So some people will do that. All right, not everybody is like you. You got to stop thinking that everyone is like you. All right, you may be the type of person that is there for people. You may be the type of person that people can share things with or talk to, or just chop it up with. All right, tell you what's on their mind. All right, that may be you, but that ain't everybody. All right, and some people are posing as that. Some people are master manipulators. Some people appear like that, so you'll share things with them and tell them, but if they're jealous of you or if they're envious of you or in secret competition with you, they'll use that against you. And that's how you know that person is like a narcissist or full-blown narcissist. All right, that's not having narcissistic traits right there. That person is narcissistic. Okay, and you have to be wareful and be careful of people like that, because you don't want to share anything that you wouldn't want nobody to know. So I just suggest that you don't share anything that you don't want nobody to know. And if it is something that you wouldn't care about people knowing, you still have to be careful, because it's not that you don't want nobody to know about it. All right. It's just that they'll use it to weaponize you, and it'll just be a mind F. You'll just be like, wow, really? Like sleazeball? Like that's the type of person you are? That's what you want to be? Hey, cool. That's who you are, and that's who you want to be. I'm not going to associate myself with that. And I mean, you're a clown for that. Like you really are a clown for that, and that's how you interpret that. That's how you make that. That's how you take that. you're a clown. So it is what it is. Some people are clowns. All right. A lot of narcs are clowns. They got that clown behavior. All right. And they may come off as a savior, but they have clown behavior. All right. So like like a lot of narcissistic people, they're like low key haters, and they they will like, put on a good front to get what they want. They'll put on a good front to, try to get your friendship, and then they'll betray your trust. A lot of people do that. They'll act like this and act like that just so they could get close to you, figure out some things about you, betray your trust, use them against you, and weaponize it. So you have to be careful. All right. Don't let nobody weaponize what you're going through against you. It's a cringy feeling. And it's not even like it's anything serious. It's just weird. So I just wanted to put this message out there. Be careful who you share things with. Be careful who you tell things to. Definitely don't share nothing, obviously, that you don't want nobody to know. But even if it's just like you talking to a coworker and they just take what you said and just like, yeah, man, I just had this happen to me, it is what it is. I'm doing all right. I just wanted to talk to somebody about it, kind of going through something, just need an ear. And it's like, yo, people will take like normal, simple stuff like that and just like weaponize it against you and use it against you. And that's how you know somebody is narcissistic. All right. You're the type of person that they could come to you, it wouldn't even leave you. You definitely wouldn't weaponize it against them. You wouldn't even have thought about that. That wouldn't even cross your mind. It's like somebody comes to you to talk to you. The last thing you're thinking of is like, yo, I'm going to use this against them and I'm going to make them feel bad about it. And I'm going to hurt them even worse than what they're going through. It's like you just lost your car, or like you can't pay your rent, or it's like your girl just broke up with you, or it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like just regular stuff you go through, not anything you wouldn't mind telling nobody, like you just lost this or lost that, God forbid, win, 777 888. But it's like, yo, really? Like that's what you do with that information, bro? Like who are you? What type of person are you? So it's like there are some clowns out there that they're just clowns, all right? And that's what clowns do, obviously. All right, now so just keep things on the low, keep things to yourself. You don't have to share everything with everybody, all right? And you probably don't even like think it was that serious, but yo, that's the types of things that they do. You may not think it's that serious, but to them, they're plotting, they're scheming, they're dreaming, all right, about how they could use this as a way to try to take you down or to belittle you. And it's just in their nature. All right. People do that when they're insecure, when they feel that you're better than them. All right. And this is how they get to you. This is something that they use against you to try to make you feel bad about yourself, try to make you hate yourself. But this should let you know that you're a greater person than this individual. All right, this individual, they fear you. They fear your confidence. They fear your style. They fear you. Possibly, they fear some things about you, and they want to try to use this as a chink in your armor. They want to try to make this a weak spot for you, but don't allow them to do it. Use this as an opportunity for you to grow. Use this as an opportunity for you to move forward, for you to learn things about people. All right, learn things that, yo, even though somebody may seem like something, even though somebody may appear like something, even though they may try to appear like they're not what you thought, what you now know they are, you still got to be careful and you still got to watch out. So it's like even Jesus, he said you can't trust anybody because he knew the hearts of men. So, yo, it may sound rough. You can trust people some of the time, but you can't trust people all the time. All right. So don't trust people with anything that you wouldn't want weaponized against you. All right. Definitely don't trust anybody with anything that you wouldn't want told to nobody else. But if you don't mind, if it's something that you don't even mind other people knowing, they can still use that to against you. That's how you know that person is on that's how you know that person is dealing with wickedness. All right. That's how you know that person is dealing with falsehood and that person is not who they claim to be. So be careful. You're going through things. You want to talk to somebody, make sure it's the right person. Or otherwise, just keep it to yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Ask God to send somebody for you to be able to talk to about it if you need to talk to about it that bad. All right. And this is why you always pray about everything. All right. And I suggest not talking to people about things first. I suggest talking to God about it first. And if it's something that he would want you to talk to someone about, pray that he'll send you somebody. So that way you'll be foolproof and you won't have anything to worry about, and no narcissistic demonic person will be able to weaponize something that you said that doesn't even matter, that's not even that serious, against you just for their own pure wicked enjoyment, because these people love to kick you when you're down, and they want to try to stick that knife all the way in, and talking to God about it will prevent that, so they won't be able to do it. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and don't forget to subscribe, all right, for more informal, insightful videos for your mind one time like this. All right, hit the share button, hit the like button, and if you're feeling the spirit of giving, yo, don't be afraid to hit that Cash App. All right, God loves a cheerful giver. Hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.